Hello everyone. Hope you're all well. Today in Matric English, Lesson 11, Official Prose Units v. Nasiruddin to Biodiversity. Prescribed Units, Nasiruddin, The Two Bargains, The Fantastic Shoemaker, Technology in Everyday Life, Safety First, Letter to the Newspaper Editor, Biodiversity in Pakistan. Themes, Humor through witty reversals, generosity and social welfare, dignity of labor, responsible technology, ordered safety instructions, public purpose editor letters, habitat protection and conservation in Pakistan. This topic should be prepared at 3 levels: recognition, accurate use, and explanation. Recognition means identifying the relevant form or idea in a fresh sentence or passage. Accurate use means producing an example that follows the rule and fits its context. Explanation means stating why that form is correct instead of merely naming it. For Times Official Prose Units B, Nasiruddin to Biodiversity Times, begin by learning the key terms in the lesson, but connect every term with an example. A definition without an example is easily forgotten. An example without a rule can lead to guessing. When answering an objective item, read the complete sentence before choosing an option. Look for grammatical signals, relationships between words, time markers, punctuation, tone, or textual evidence. Distractors often contain a familiar term but do not fit the sentence. Eliminate options by testing each one against the rule. In correction and transformation tasks, preserve the original meaning, tense, person, number, and logical relationship unless the instruction specifically requires a change. Make a 3-column revision chart headed Times Term or Rule Times, Times Example Times, and Times Reason Times. Place the main ideas from this lesson in the first column. In the second, write an original example rather than copying the textbook. In the third, explain the feature that proves the example. Then alter one feature to make an incorrect example and correct it. This contrast helps with multiple choice questions and editing passages. For prose, poetry, comprehension, or composition topics, replace the rule column with Times Claim Times, Times Evidence Times, and Times Explanation Times. A strong literature answer names the theme or technique, refers to a relevant event, image, word, or character action, and explains how that evidence supports the claim. A summary gives the main sequence in one's own words. It is not a list of disconnected details. A paraphrase restates the given lines faithfully without adding a new moral. A formal composition follows the required format, keeps a suitable tone, and develops each point in a separate, connected paragraph. Avoid memorized answers that do not match the wording of the question. Do not confuse a definition with a purpose, a theme with a plot summary, or an example with an explanation. Check subject-verb agreement, tense consistency, pronoun reference, spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. In longer answers, use a direct opening sentence, 2 or 3 developed points, and a brief conclusion. Underline command words such as Times Identify Times, Times Differentiate Times, Times Explain Times, Times Transform Times, and Times Justify Times because each requires a different response. Finally, practice this topic through retrieval. Close the lesson, write 5 key points, create 2 examples, and explain 1 common error. Compare your work with the lesson, correct it in another color, and repeat after a day. This method develops the precise, evidence-based writing expected in Cape K Matric examinations. Practice. What is the main idea of technology in everyday life? Answer. Technology makes daily life easier and more comfortable. Its value depends on informed, responsible use. Watch the numbers land in the matching symbols. Check that units cancel cleanly. If they do not, the setup is wrong even before the arithmetic. Practice. Explain official prose units v. Nasiruddin to biodiversity as an exam topic. Include the main rule or idea, 2 accurate examples or textual details, and 1 common error to avoid. Answer. A strong response states the central rule or theme, supports it with 2 relevant examples or details, explains each example, and identifies a realistic error with its correction. Watch the numbers land in the matching symbols. Check that units cancel cleanly. If they do not, the setup is wrong even before the arithmetic. Practice. Why should a student use a rule example reason chart when revising official prose units v. Nasiruddin to biodiversity? Answer. It connects terminology with practical use and requires the student to justify an answer, improving recognition, correction, and written explanation. Watch the numbers land in the matching symbols. Check that units cancel cleanly. If they do not, the setup is wrong even before the arithmetic. Okay, that's it for official prose units v. Nasiruddin to biodiversity today. See you next time for official poetry units. Thanks for watching. See you then.